So I'm Bradley Bozeman. This is my wife, Nikki Bozeman. And we have the Bradley and Nikki Bozeman Foundation.
So we brought a little scrapbook for you guys.
That's awesome. So the first time Nikki and I met, we were on the Crimson Ride, which was a bus system to pick us up and take us to class. And so we're sitting there and I'm like, hey, how you doing today? She goes, hi, and just completely blows me off.
One thing led to another. Finally saw him again in the cafeteria and my friend was like, hey, that's that guy from the bus, and he's like staring at you. And he goes, let me take you to dinner like Thursday at 7 o'clock. And I was like, fine. This is our 10th year together.
That's great. Wow. So Bozeman wraps up his college career with an overtime championship game winner and then has this beautiful moment.
Someone reached out to us and told us that this little girl was getting picked on. They were doing videos from athletes, and I was like, well, let's do one better. It's right down the road, so we'll go down and talk to the kids. We started talking, the words started flowing, the emotions started rolling. By the end of it, we had, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds open up to 2 complete strangers. And we get back to the car and we look at each other, it's like, this is what we're meant to do. We've spoken to over, how many students?
I've lost track. Thousands and thousands, yeah.
Over like 250,000, something like that.
We're here to listen to you guys. We're here to talk to you guys. And I get emotional about this because it really, really, really means a lot to me.
For me, I was bullied as a kid. I was a big kid. They see what I am now. They don't see what I was before. And to be able to relate with them and show them like I was just like you guys, and to know that they have potential to grow up and be something special was always so great. We're in Baltimore, we're in our 2nd year.
Well, first you convinced me to live in an RV.
I was going to that. We were getting emails from all these kids saying, hey, we want you to come out to Austin, Texas. We want you to come out to California. We want you to come here, there, and the other. We're in this RV and we're like, what if we take this thing cross country? We started doing a little digging, do a little research, and found all the schools that wanted to talk to us. Ended up making a perfect circle all the way back to Maryland. Whether it was a big school, a small school, or a very rich school, it didn't matter. All the problems were all the same.
When I say find someone that you can lean on and put faith in, it can be your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad. Lean on those people, because I leaned on her. And that year, I almost hung up my cleats. I almost gave up on my dream. She's the one who talked me into coming back.
I think we got to Breckenridge, Colorado, and we got shut down by COVID. Those 2 or 3 weeks turned into, about a month and a half, 2 months, and we were getting all these emails from the kids that we'd seen saying, hey, we don't have food. All of our food came from school. Our parents don't have the money to supply that for us now, and they're not working. So we started a food drive.
I got there at 11 and there was already like 200 cars in line.
We just saw so much need in food insecurity. We wanted to find a way to be able to feed kids.
The police department came and they were like, hey, can we bring this food to people in our districts? Sometimes the hardest hit people can't even get to where you are. We were like, what better way to do this than to bridge a divide between the police and the people that they serve?
This is the Sync snack box that is provided by the Bozeman Foundation.
SYNC stands for Supporting Your Neighbors and Communities.
The idea is that officers are physically handing a young child a box that not only addresses food insecurities, but also it creates a connection and a conversation.
That's good stuff, man.
We've been doing it for a little over a year now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's been
impacting a lot of people's lives, bro.
Some of our friends over at the Panthers introduced us. They just made it clear, right from the beginning, we want to make an impact in Charlotte.
All right, so now the fun part. Building the box, filling the box, and then closing the box and then putting the labels on at the end.
We came over to the stadium and did the first packing, which was great. And since then, I think we're up to close to 17,000 boxes.
Hey, thank y'all for coming out.
If you think about it, every one of those boxes is a child fed.
What can we do to help this process right here?
They're just a force. It's very much for them, you can tell, about family and about caring about the community.
The great source is on the back of the box where it includes QR codes.
These QR codes lead the kids to specific materials for their county. So Mecklenburg County.
Youth development, family success programs, and several food insecurity QR codes, and then some after-school enrichment programs as well.
To see the face of those kids when I give, hey, this is for you. When they open it and they start like a kind of seeing everything inside, that was a really, really good thing, and the kids were so happy.
Another really cool thing that we saw, kids were taking these boxes and they would bring them to school. Like they were really proud to get those boxes and to have things to take to school because not used to that.
This is a very small thing that has a very massive impact across the community.
The kids are the future, so that's why we're reaching out to them. They can see like we are here to help.
I love watching Bradley with Brody. Having strong families that care about each other is essential, you know, to make sure that we're taking care of our communities.
Our work is nowhere close to being over. You know, he's going to grow up in this, whether he likes it or not. So, you know, I feel like we've set a pretty good example for him so far, and just going to continue to do that and continue to make sure that he knows what kind of impact you can have on people's lives, and to start that ripple effect with them, for them to start a ripple effect on others. You know, that's what it's all about. And we just, you know, we want to make the biggest impact that we possibly can.
They're my favorite kind of people. They're down home and they're kind and they're compassionate.
Genuine in his initiatives and meaning.
They really care about kids especially.
I've always been a believer of just coming in and doing your job, doing what's right, and we've always followed and listened to our heart.
There actually is one more page.
Oh, no way. That is so cool. Oh, man. That's awesome. I'm honored. Thank you, guys. I'm so honored. You know, first off, this wouldn't happen without her. Nikki's one of the hardest working women I've ever met. She is always putting others first and herself last. She always strives to do more and more, and you know, also thanks to the Carolina Panthers, the Teppers, my teammates, the community, everyone involved, Miss Kay, and I mean just everybody. It's truly an honor.